Okay.
All right.
Was it worth coming there?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, my name is Brian Penso. I do talk to Casey all the time, probably more sometimes than he wants. But the systems that are there, I want you to think about a system that put you in the position that you're in right now. How many people, when you go to work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 45, 610, all of them, people doing the same thing every day. Think about that. A system created exactly what they're doing. A system that was handed down from parents. Get a job, go to work, make the boss happy, get some raises, and we'll all sit around when we're 60 and sing Kumbaya. Well, y'all know that's not gonna happen. So, the value of a system that the powers that be created that you all have followed have gotten you in that position. Some very, very, very successful, some are still looking. But it's still, every one of you are being formed by some sort of a system. So a system can do bad. A system can also do very, very well for you. Sometimes it's difficult to look at a different system because you don't really know where that system's going, because sometimes you'll question it. Well, I don't know, Casey. I can't say hi to everybody. No. So you start saying hi, and we have communication, which, believe it or not, the system that a lot of people are in right now, communication has been removed from it. How many times you go someplace and you see somebody in restaurants and you got 4 or 5 people that are sitting around a damn table and nobody is saying a word? Are you kidding me? And they wonder why they can't be successful? You confront the training and the system that has been created for the society of today is to remove the communication. It's to remove character. And that's why they're going in the circles. You know, the circle that he had drawn up there, singing this circle around this Terminator looking guy here. They get stuck on this loop. And they can't figure out why. But character has been removed from the system. Ethics have been removed from a system. Think about that. The power of that system and what it accomplished. Oh, don't communicate with them. What if you say something that offends them? So that is a system that has created a duplication, but it's the wrong way to go. What we have done and what Casey has designed is simply creating the ability to recommunicate and connect with people like human beings are supposed to. So I'm in the concrete business. A lot of you know who I am and what I do. We manufacture products and ship clear across the United States. I have systems for the trucking, for the sales, the mixing, everything. If any one of those things gets upside down, everything goes to hell in a handbag. The products will not cure at the rate of speed. They will not have the PSIs, pounds per square inch on braking. Sorry, I wanted to clarify that. And then I ship a whole bunch of products out, and then a month later, I've got somebody saying, hey, your stuff is falling apart and it's coming off the building. Why? It's because somebody had violated a system. So when the systems are created, you've got to hold them. And you have got to make sure that everybody within that system maintains that system. Now, the system that Casey has created, it's never been done before. It's because years ago, people would actually communicate, and farmers would, they would communicate, and one would grow this, and then one would grow that, and then they would change back and forth, and they would exchange. That's how people survived. But the communication was the most valuable aspect of the whole thing. I'm growing wheat, you're growing corn, this one's growing tomatoes, whatever it is. But if the communication wasn't there, those people would not have survived. So back into the systems, by regrouping an organization that their communication skills are increasing. I mean, Candace blew me away today. This is not the same woman that I met a few years ago.
Right.
I mean, it would have been, hello. Here, hang on. Seriously. What we have done, a lot of the leaders in this organization, we have built something that is so phenomenal that a lot of people don't understand it. There's a lot of people that should be in this room right now. But see, their system is controlling their life. And guess what? It's destroying it. But they don't want to confront it. Candace comes out of her shell. She's reading. She's listening to lectures. She's doing all of this stuff, which is creating a human being that can go out and impact people. Yeah. That's why we're here. We're not here as a recluse that's supposed to crawl under a rock or live in a big fancy ass house with a big fancy car and not communicate, associate with other people. We are actually going back in time to when people actually looked out for each other. And believe it or not, it's all created from a system that should have really been never had to be created. The communication shouldn't have gone out. The self-centeredness, what's in it for me, and to hell with me, or to hooray for me and to hell with everybody else, which is what that system has created, a society that's not going anywhere. So I hope you guys realize it's not about the products. The products are bulletproof. There's been millions of dollars spent to make sure that they are perfect. And if they can be improved, they will improve them. The delivery system, your back offices, do you realize the value? I mean, you're talking about peanuts to start this business. It's the lowest amount of money in business that I personally have ever seen with the biggest ROI. I mean, the pieces of equipment in my factory, I got 3 Toyota forklifts, They're $32,000 a piece for 4 forklifts. The front end loader is like $90,000. The mixer that it feeds is another $75,000. These are hard costs. Just to have a company that has to sustain itself and the real estate and the taxes. You guys have no taxes other than your income. Permits, fees, all that good stuff. Believe it or not, brick and mortar business is really starting to fade because it is so difficult for someone to start a business and be successful. I mean, our lovely city just raised my taxes on my piece of property where my factory is. Get this, you're all sitting down, that's good. $22,000. $22,000 was the increase on my property taxes. Wow. I didn't have any control over that. That's like a right hook coming to the forehead that you didn't even see. So guess what? They just took $20,000 or $22,000 out of my pocket. Why? Because they can. That system is going down rapidly. It's a very hard system to do. But back to Casey, we've got all of the training, removing this stuff. You don't have to know what you're talking about in this. I've got a guy. Believe it or not, when I get people, I tell them, hey, I got a guy. Do I or do I not still send my people to you?
Every time.
And I've been doing this a lot longer than everybody else in here. I was one of the original seeds that got planted in Houston when I followed him right in the back door. So I want you guys to really understand the system has been created through many thousands of hours of whiteboarding, phone calls, wrong turns, lots and lots of money, trying a different route, didn't work, turn around, try another route, didn't work. Myself, I've been self-employed almost my entire life. I started building companies when I was 15. So this thing functions a lot different. There's a lot of airspace in there, so shit bounces around a lot. Sometimes something gets hit, it's like, hey, that's pretty good. Then I tell Casey, But Casey being a systems guy, I'm not. I can't even hardly turn a computer on. If I want something done on a computer, I usually tell somebody else to do it for me, because I can't do it. He, on the other hand, can take the stuff that bounces around in here that we slow down long enough to actually capture it. I tell him, and then he takes it and manipulates it into a usable system that comes out on a computer, on a PDF file. I can't even spell PDF, let alone know what it is. But I know they exist, and that's where the information is at. And all you guys gotta do is download them and read them. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time, but I want you guys to really look at this for what it is. There's a lot of systems out there that are bad systems. There's a lot of systems that have led people to be in positions that they have no clue how they got there. But they followed that system and didn't question it. You follow this system, don't question it. And there's no place that you really can't go. You want a car? It's done. You want a bigger house? It's done. Don't focus on the car, don't focus on the house. Focus on significance. Now, the dream board, yes, you want that stuff up there to kind of hit you between the eyes a little bit. But if you focus on the significance and why we're doing this, you can have all the cars and houses you want. Yep. Thank you all very much. Thanks for coming out.
Fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's talk about this little bastard. Your terrace. Yep, this is the one that we've been talking about. This